Let's see the bowing video. I like it. Okay. This is what I want in personality-wise. Boom. Okay. Yep. Did you see the bow? The bow was dope. Obviously, this is exaggerated a little bit, but all right. Boom. Okay. Boom. Attentive. Gotta love it.
What does she do?
Oh, running. Yep. Look at this.
She's serving her man.
This is like, look at that. Attentive. She opens the drink for him. Look, she's stirring his noodles.
Like to run around.
I feel like the guy.
Look at that. Look how attentive she is.
He wants one.
That's on a leash.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Wait, play it again, Nick. Play it again. Watch just the first part.
Scared to mess up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like that's.
Oh my! The bow. Boom. Huge.
It's giving dog.
Yes, I want. As soon as I walk in the house, I want to bow.
Yeah, no,
That's wild.
Would you guys be down to bow?
no.
You wouldn't bow?
I wouldn't.
No, men bow
You
to
wouldn't
men bow to us.
Maybe I'll cook
No,
him
no, no,
dinner.
Men bow
when
to
I'm
us.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook him dinner and be like.
You would. None of you would bow. You wouldn't bow.
Men bow to us.
If my husband bow down to God.
One at a time, remember.
If my husband was out working, he was a provider, he was the leader in our household, I would for sure bow.
I need a bow.
If he wanted me to bow,
And I think-
Yes, I want you to bow.
and he
Wife.
was like, as much as, and he was like the provider, and he's a good husband. Then if he wanted me to, I would.
That's
but
the least.
It's just like.
Would you bow, Cindy? Would you do a bow?
I'll bow for daddy.
What the?
What the fuck?
Okay.
I like
Would
that.
you? I think the answer is no for you, right? Would you bow?
Oh, you didn't hear me earlier? You heard me earlier.
You said men should bow to women, so okay. What about you? Would you bow? Would you do a bow for your guy, for your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Based.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
You said yes. What about you? Would you do a bow?
I mean, what's wrong with a nice greeting home? Like you know.
What if he wants a bow? He's like,
If he really
babe,
deserves
I want
it,
the bow. I need the bow. I need the bow.
I would do it. Yeah. if he
Okay. What
deserved
about
it,
what
yeah.
about?
I'm cool.
You're not gonna bow?
I'll give you a hug.
A hug? No. Okay. What about? Would you do the bow? You do the bow. Can we see a bow? How about you show us your bow? Do you want to show us your bow? Do you want to stand up and show the bow?
Show us
Show
that.
us your bow, girl.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
We need a bow.
I'll
bow
do a
check.
little curtsy, but
Curtsy.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
Nobody wants a curtsy.
If you
What about
show
you?
what's deserving of
What
a
about you?
bow,
All right.
ain't no
we
I need
bow.
the-
in here.
Let's see. I definitely would say.
I have a question for you. What would you do that deserves a bow?
Yeah.
What,
That's the one.
what would I do that
That's a good
deserves a
question.
bow?
Right.
Yes.
Don't say
What,
just
what would I
what do you
do?
bring to the
I'm
table?
the table. I am the table. Let's see. Well, I'm fucking dope, bro. I mean, I'm gonna take care of it. Take care of everything.
Yeah.
Take care of everything. You know,
What is taking care of everything?
take care of everything. I'm taking care of everything.
That's a man.
Everything.
Taking care of everything.
Okay,
That's very vague.
Like
what
Bro, I'm not
kind
gonna-
of a man should a woman submit to?
Boom.
Can I take that one?
Good question.
Let me just. I want to finish. I gotta finish my list. Let me finish my list at least. I gotta finish my list. Moderate preference for introverted women. Quiet, calm, soft-spoken. Slightly endearingly awkward. A little bit shy. A little bit nerdy. Modesty is huge. I don't like women with big egos who are super vain diva chicks. Don't like it. Bring me peace. Doesn't quarrel. Doesn't party. Doesn't drink. Doesn't do drugs. Doesn't go to bars or clubs. Low body count. No current or past promiscuity. I need her undivided romantic and sexual attention. The earlier the better. Has a praise kink. A girl who helps me in my mission. A girl who's attentive. A girl who scratches my back and massages my shoulders. That's about it. I'm not asking much. Not
and then what do
asking.
you do
He
to
doesn't-
deserve
Not
that?
asking
like
all
dating
that
apps
much.
because they all swipe left on him, you guys.
So what are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
In opposition to that.
What do you mean?
Like the question that I asked you. Like, what are you doing to deserve a bow and that long list of things?
All that
you
other. Okay,
had?
so there's reciprocity. For example,
Yes.
I don't party. I don't drink.
Okay.
I don't do drugs. I don't go to bars and clubs. I'm not doing any of that shit. So there's reciprocity there. I'd like to think, for the most part, I have my head on fairly straight. Fairly successful, I'd say. And yeah.
But during the let's say you come home one day, what
I
did
take
you
the
do that
lead.
day?
I take the lead. I'm gonna be taking care of things when it comes to financially. So.
Okay.
I don't think I would bow.
Yeah.
Right. You're
You know what's fucking crazy though? She's got three to five friends with benefits. We got girls here at this table that will not bow to a guy. They won't do a bow.
So what's
but
with the
yo,
bow?
stop. Let me finish. You got girls here at this table. For example, her who's dating 3 to 5 guys. They won't bow to a dude, but they'll let a guy come on their face.
Okay, who said
Who
that?
said that?
No. There's a lot of girls here at this table who will let a dude come on your face, but you
When was
won't
that
bow
part of the
for him.
conversation?
Huh?
When was
Yeah,
that part of the
who said-
conversation?
who said
I'm just
that?
making some assumptions
Making
here.
that up. Oh, okay.
I'm making some
but
assumptions
what is
here.
the bow, though? Well, what is the
What do you
fixation
mean with a
on the
bow?
bow? That
It's
sounds
respect.
like a kink to me.
No,
Oh,
It's respect.
But it's
I
a
like
kink,
the
though.
It's
Interesting.
not a kink. I
but
just
you're
want the
paying
respect.
for everything.
I want the
So
respect.
financially, you're paying for everything, so you need to have a bow.
Like,
How do you treat
No,
her
that's
though?
basically-
How do you
want
make
the
her
woman to
feel?
submit to you? Like,
How do you make her feel?
I mean, she can bow before I'm paying for shit, but
yeah. So
Okay,
exactly. So you get pleasure from a woman submitting.
I'm fine with
You get-
50-50 too.
You get
50-50
like
is fine, but
pleasure from feeling like you're more dominant.
It's
like-
respect. It's
It's
respect.
not respect.
It's in
Bro, these girls get
biology.
so triggered
No,
over
because
the
if
mouth
a
thing.
woman
They get
comes
so
to
the whole
triggered
time.
over
No,
the
because
mouth
if a
thing.
woman comes and greet you with a kiss, she made you dinner, that's respect.
I'd prefer a
too.
bow. I need the bow.
Over
I have
everything
to have
else.
the bow. I'm sorry.
Over
You're not going to
dinner,
convince me.
kiss.
You're not going to convince me.
Okay.
You're the one over here
That's
offering
okay.
curtsies and shit. Just give me a bow. I don't need some like pull up your skirt curtsy shit. Give me the bow.
Okay,
Bow.
but there should be like
Over
a
everything
a reason though, you
Bro,
know.
y'all girls will have laundry lists of things you need in a dude.
Well, you have to
Just
treat
came
her
with
like a
laundry
princess and a
list.
queen, and then
Huh?
that's when she will bow. You know, she'll do anything for you if she loves you. But it's I'm just saying you have to treat
Yeah.
her like a princess, like a queen.
I was gonna
like,
say,
you know?
how are you treating her? Because I think we're kind of neglecting the like, how does the girl feel emotionally? Like, I feel like a girl
Treat her
has
great.
to- okay,
Yeah, so
that's why
treat her
you're
great.
amazing.
I let her make food for me.
Let
I let
her.
Yeah, I let her.
let her.
That's
I
why I
let
allow
her
her to do
scratch
that.
my back. I let her massage my shoulders. I'm a nice, generous
Why-
guy. I gift her. I'm gifting
Why
her.
do you not think you're part of the BDSM community? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is happening right now? So you are.
did I say I'm
So
not?
you are
Did
in a
I say
power
I'm not?
dynamic. You were trying to.
Did I say I'm
argue with
not?
everybody else.
But you said they're mentally ill.
You were saying they're mentally ill.
No, well, hold on.
that's
There's a
literally-
difference between like being slightly dominant in a relationship.
Slightly.
Silent though. That's not
Wow.
silent.
She's
Though.
your
That's like
slave.
you literally want them like.
Okay, from here on out.
To bow, literally bow,
Yeah.
literally
That's-
bow when you come home and
That's
run around
not-
and
that's
scramble your noodles.
That's mild.
Yeah,
okay?
they run around
This
and
chick
scramble
over here
your-
is talking about shibari, okay? That's some dom shit.
We're talking about
okay?
shibari over
Shibari is
here,
an
and that's
art.
and that's an
That's
art
indeed.
form.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
an
an
art
art
form.
That's
Yeah,
rope play.
That's an
No,
art.
it's
She's a
not.
rope bunny.
She's not getting
no, it's an
spanked.
art form.
It's literally just an art.
yeah.
of-
Literally,
art form.
BDSMtest.org. She's a rope bunny. She wants shibari.
Yeah, that's
Shibari
great.
is
She
Rope
wants to
bunny
be
for sure,
tied
but
up. Yes,
shibari
she's
is
a
an
rope
art form.
bunny.
Okay, and what's the point?
So, do you get my
We all
she
we
has,
all agreed about
But
BDSM over here.
Yeah, so she asked a really great question about like
Sorry, the secret
what,
juice,
what
guys. I'm
Makes,
fucking-
what makes a girl like
Got some caffeine
what makes a
right
guy
now.
worth submitting to?
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Thank you, Matt.
So anyway, so in the Bible, obviously, it talks about like submitting to somebody, that kind of thing. A lot of feminists get really hung up on that, like, oh, I'm not going to be a slave. I'm not under you, blah blah blah. So one, when it's talking about like I'm going to be the head of the family, if like you're a man, people are like, oh well, you just want to be in command. You just want people to be your slave, all that stuff. Being the head of the family is not necessarily like a fun privilege because
Yeah.
every single thing falls on you.
It's tough.
Like whether it comes to providing for your family, whether it comes to like if your children are doing poorly in school, if your children are getting into drugs, if your daughters are getting into like
paying-
sex with like a bunch of random dudes or all this stuff, that all falls on you. That is not under your like wife's role as a mom to do. Her role as a mom to do is to create like a loving and nurturing environment and a
She
home
makes
of
the
peace
home.
that you want to come home to. When it comes to like bowing and everything, like one of my favorite things, this has to do with a mom instead of a thing, but so Solomon, one of my favorite guys in the Bible, he's awesome. So David with Bathsheba, the girl that was undressing on the roof, he had a kid, they had a kid. It was Solomon. Anyways, when he was king, when his mom like entered the room, he literally like got up out of his
Okay, but
throne,
for his mom.
walked. I know, but this is
I would do that
it's
for my
very
mom.
very
But
similar.
any day.
I
The
kiss
way
my
you
mom's
treat your
feet.
mom and the way you treat your wife are very similar things in my opinion. Obviously, without
But
like the
wife
sexual
treating
preference and
her
all that
man
stuff.
like that is kind of
Yeah, but then anyway, so like he like walked up to her, like inclined his head to her and said, "Bring out a throne like equal to mine, so that she may sit by my side." And then she sat on his right of his hand. I think that that's like a beautiful picture of like how a relationship should be. Like your wife is like your equal. Like when me and my wife walk into a room, that's like obviously this. I
Would
don't.
you
I
want your
don't.
wife to
I
bow
don't
down?
want to be a tyrant. I don't want to be any of these things. But
Would
like
you want
if
your
we
wife to
lived,
bow down
one
to you,
second.
though?
If we lived in like olden times, like when me and my wife walked into a room, that's when everybody would bow. Like my wife's not sitting there bowing to me in front of a bunch of people. But
And in
I
the
think the
olden
thing that
times-
makes a guy like worth submitting to is like one, he's a godly leader of your home. Two, he is like he will literally lay his life down, but preferably he wouldn't lay his life down. He'll make the other guy lay his life down.
Also, the
to
stories you're
protect your
telling,
house.
the stories you're telling, a sign of respect in those times were washing someone's feet. The head of the household, the wife, the woman, the children would wash the head of the household's feet. So all of those things are par and parcel for that time period. It's not the time period we live in right now. Although if you were having a power dynamic and you said, I want you to have a foot bath ready when I get home, she's going to have that. She's going to be on her hands and knees ready and willing.
Exactly,
To,
yeah.
That's a power dynamic. And that's
yeah,
absolutely
so
okay.
like I'm not. I don't need my wife to wash my feet. That's not like the thing I need. But like my wife would, I guarantee would be willing to do it because she's like this guy like
Exactly.
is such a kind
You
and
got your head
loving
on
man to
straight.
my entire family. So I think a guy that's worth submitting to is a guy that submits first to God. A guy who is willing to be like I will like because when it says love your wife as Christ loved the church. What Christ did for the church is he took all of their sin upon himself. Like when Eve ate the apple, God didn't come down and get mad at Eve. He got mad at the man. And even though he wasn't a part of it, it was all her thing. And so being the head of the household, submitting to a man is not like, oh, you're my slave. It's like, hey, thank you for like taking all the freaking arrows from my family so that I can live in light and comfort and provide this amazing home for my family and everything. And like, if my wife's like a lawyer or like any of these things, if she like wants to do something on the side, that's fine. But like, my wife will be a stay-at-home mom. Like she'll want to like raise my kids and we'll like take over the world together. Like that's like,
Take over the country.
You're
Okay.
describing roles of a
brother.
household,
Continent.
and that can go both
The
ways,
world.
definitely. So yeah, you were describing roles of a household, which every household has roles like that, and it can go both ways, definitely.
I disagree. I think men were specifically.
Is anybody
created
down to
take
show
that.
me a bow? Like, do you want to do a bow really quick? Should we do a bow check?
Girl, I think that's a custom.
Oh,
For
what?
$5.99.
Right.
For $5.99.
For $30.99, I will give you a bow.
So like, let me ask you this:
I'm gonna pass on that.
specifically for you. What is a man that you're looking for? Like some qualities. Like we'll cap it at like 90 seconds. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
Like
fine.
90 seconds. Like what is a man you'd be willing to submit to?
Emotionally stable, loyal, honest, mentally strong, physically also like takes care of his physical, problem solver, planner. Those are big ones for me.
I also think nowadays a lot of guys are kind of scared to like put like their foot down and like
Be masculine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we've lost that, and I think, in my opinion, me personally, like a true perfect like power dynamic would be like the man being like dominant and the leader, and the woman following. And then I think a lot of guys want to say like, oh, women aren't submissive enough, like this, that, and the third, but they're not leading
Masculine
with
enough.
that role. Like to
That's a
blame
good
it on
point.
other people.
That's a good point. I think both men and women are definitely lacking. There's a lot of women who don't want to be followers, let's say, because in order for you to want a follower, or
You need
excuse
a
me,
leader.
excuse me, in order for you to want the guy to lead, you need to be a follower. So there's a lot of women who like desperately want like a assertive, maybe even dominant leader qualities, masculine guy, but they've been fed this bullshit from feminism essentially that says be a boss babe, like all this shit, don't submit to a man, whatever.
Which is the least attractive thing in the world.
So, but it's like funny because like women so desperately want, not all women of course, but women want men to be leaders, but like you need to be a follower if you want a guy to lead, because that's the dynamic.
But yeah, I think deep down that's
But then our
But then men
society
are
would
like, I
label
agree
that
with you.
as like a gold, not like necessarily
No.
a gold digger, but
Yeah,
like
they do call
they
them
would
gold diggers,
label that as like like, you know what I mean? They would label the woman in like a
Sure.
not so.
But you're right that
Of course, society's gonna attack you.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
should be honored to be attacked by society. Society sucks. Like when people like
They're
if people
so
not, like I
soft.
was like people like I want to homeschool my kids like oh well they won't fit into society.
Yeah,
And
like,
I'm like
what?
exactly.
Who
I don't want my
cares?
kids to fit into society. Your society is weak. Your society is
Yeah.
ill.
So
You guys are
soft and
all so
sensitive.
I
pathetic.
wanna
Like my
homeschool
children will
too.
run yours over like a train.
ooh. War.
Oh my gosh,
Okay,
that sounds-
but that's a very good point. I definitely think there's a lot of men that are slacking when it comes to that too. So it's not just, I think it's both men and women that aren't really holding up.